Hey there, rookie. Welcome to Madden NFL 23. Before we get you out on the field, let's customize your game to fit you, from your experience level and favorite team, all the way through your play style and accessibility options. And don't worry, if you ever feel like switching it up, you can always change things around. Accessibility settings.
Entering settings screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something about beans looking cute. That's honestly her and her friends. Big blinks and snap waist. Yeah, she bunky. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her in. Yeah, she did it again. A few more times and this time she got friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the stairs to a man's. Not salute the general. TGLX got plans, yeah. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
Accessibility. Madden23 gives you most control. Stick with. Try to hit the sweet spot of the passing meter to guarantee yourself an accurate or perfect pass. Place the ball Control the exact strength of your pass by using the passing meter. Place the ball exactly where you want it around your target by using the pass. Stick with what you know. Traditional old school Madden style passing. Try to hit the sweet spot of the passing meter to guarantee yourself.
Ready! Look up! Ready! Look up! Ready! Let him go! Ready! Let him go! Ready! That!
Madden 23 gives you multiple new ways to control the exact strength of your pass by using the passing meter. Place the ball exactly where you want it to. Try to hit the sweet spot of the passing meter to guarantee yourself an accurate or perfect. Control the exact strength of your pass by using the passing meter. Place the ball exactly where you want it around your target.
Ready. Let him go. Point that up. Ready. Point that. Ready. Let him go. Ready. Let him go. That. Ready. Let him go. Ready. Point that. Point that. Ready. Point that.
Madden 23 gives you multiple new ways to pass the ball. Try them all out here and pick what works best for you. You can always change your passing style. Control the exact strength of your pass by using the. Try to hit the sweet spot of the passing. Control the exact strength of your pass. Try to hit the sweet spot of the passing meter to guarantee yourself an accurate or perfect pass.
Ready. Let him go. Ready. Let him
Madden 23 gives you multiple new ways to pass the ball. Try them all out here and pick what works best for you. You can always change your passing style later in the settings menu.
This is a special presentation of EA Sports from the Coliseum in Oakland. Our tribute to the coach, the John Madden Legacy Game. I'm Brandon Gaudin here to take you through the proceedings. And coming up, we're going to tell the story of a man who was truly larger than life. The Coliseum back to its original 70s glory. What a scene in the East Bay. And we're underway in the John Madden Legacy Game. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So it's the NFC stars who will get the ball first. And Charles, as we alluded to, we've got a different era of coach on each sideline. So the man coaching this NFC squad, we'll call him Young John Madden. This is a coach who was trying to establish a foothold in the NFL and on the cusp of doing it very successfully.
Yeah, you think back to that period, those early days as the coach of the Raiders, the late 60s in the AFL and then in the NFL in the early 70s. Coach was a guy who was ahead of his time. The Raiders were one of the first teams to have mini camps, one of the first to film practice because he wanted to practice coaching as much as he could. And his teams, they were successful right from the start of his head coaching tenure.
Play action. It's Favre. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So as we mentioned at the top, let's take you through the life of John Madden. And, you know, it's very fitting that we're here back in the Bay Area, not just because John's so associated with Raider football, but also because this was where he spent his formative years.
Yeah, he grew up over in Daly City with his buddy John Robinson, who would also become an NFL head coach. And he played his high school ball at Jefferson High, eventually wound up playing tackle at the University of Oregon and later Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Played well enough that in 1958, he was a 21st round draft pick of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's right, the draft had 30 rounds then.
Throwing is Favre. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Snatched by the safety Ed Reed. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So, Charles, as mentioned, we've got another Coach Madden over here on the AFC sideline. Of course, his Raiders, members of the AFC West. So this is a conference he battled in for his entire career. And you think about the landscape of the NFL as he was getting into the back half of his tenure. It was a golden era for coaches. You had Don Shula, Tom Landry, Chuck Noll, Bud Grant. But it was John Madden who had the best winning percentage of them all, CD. 759, the best ever.
Brandon, it's hard to believe he could be so successful in a conference with all those great teams. The Steelers won 4 Super Bowls. The Dolphins won 2 and were a mainstay in the playoffs. The Colts were tough. The Broncos came on late and went to a Super Bowl themselves. But against Hall of Fame coaches, John Madden's record, 36-16-2. That's pretty incredible. His Raiders were a factor each and every year.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. But Charles, you mentioned Coach was a 21st round draft pick back in 1958. Was the Philadelphia Eagles who selected him. But unfortunately for John, knee problems, they just continued to dog him. He was hurt in his first training camp. Actually never saw the field as a player in the NFL. But it was still during his time with the Eagles. You and I were talking about this before going on air, that you could start to see the light bulb going on for what his career path might entail.
And it went on in a big way, didn't it? Because while he was rehabbing his knee, he started to spend a lot of time breaking down.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he's going to bring this one back for an NFC touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Hall not going to bring this one out. Now, the AFC making their way out, and it's one of Coach's favorites, another local guy, Tom Brady, who will be at the controls. And boy, Coach always admired the way number 12 could run an offense, and especially his ability to stay calm under pressure.
Tom Brady is a guy who's always looking downfield. He never looks at the rush. He hangs in the pocket, and he makes a throw. He's a cool guy, and he's a tough guy. Let me tell you, there's no one calmer in the pocket than Tom Brady.
And I know that Coach has a great appreciation for Tom Brady, who turned 45 back on August 3rd, because Coach coached a guy like him in George Blanda, who played a long time in the NFL. In this game, it features legends and active players. Tom Brady qualifies as both.
1 quarter in the books at the Coliseum. What a day. The NFC Stars with the early lead. So this a thriller. The NFC able to win it on the late field goal. And for all of us at EA Sports, one final look back as we say,
time to decide how you're going to make your match. Head back to the brightest lights. Feeling a little rusty on them stick. Head on over to the main menu and see the full array of options you've got to work with at Madden NFL 23.
Your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give up. Now flex. While you dare look in the best, feel to get up in your chest while I soak up my success, getting tokens for your stress. I'll be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage, acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, what you handsome, you ain't dance on. Tell your boyfriend go and put your pants on. Down, the best friend. She went and did the same thing.
Entering settings screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting I'm gone, yo. Headed where the homie live, cause it's on, yo. I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo, so my girl got mad and she my bro. Monica, you're wrong, though. That's against a bro code. Headed to his home, though. No, we living solo. Vertebrae, got this broken to his place. It's chin in his face, yeah. Then I say it's evidence you entertain my loyalty to infiltrate. The only woman that I claim to risk your life to get some strange. How my anger is a pain. You didn't know that I'm a saint. I will blow your up, then I again. Go, feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting cold.
At my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the richest, heart in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boy stocks on the rise, Charlie. This
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New Orleans Saints and the Cleveland Browns. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start the... He's taken down right around the 15.
Where's that?
Looking to throw right away is Watson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
Watson now to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt, running right through him. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Watson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Winston now. He gets it to Thomas. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Winston now from the 50. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Ready. Let's go now.
We're scoreless after 1. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Play action now, Winston. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Fourth down, Winston. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. A costly mistake there in the return game, and that is not how you want to answer an opening touchdown.
Yeah, and your defense is asking you a lot of questions right now because you're already down 7-0. You turn the ball over, they've got to go right back out there to try and keep it from getting to 14-0.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Watson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
So many times after throwing an interception, we see the next few throws of the safe variety, don't we? Not in this case. He took a shot, didn't get it, but he's definitely not afraid.
Yeah, not there, incomplete. But, boy, after the pick six, that's risky.
Yeah, risky, but you know something?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 12, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. 3rd down here.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hunt. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. They run for it with Hunt. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. To throw is Watson. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he completes it to Hunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big 3rd down.
To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Back to throw, Watson. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
31! 24! 26!
On 1st down, it's Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. He's got the 1st down and more. Touchdown! Deshaun Watson finding Amari Cooper. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. York now for the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Here's Watson. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before the break, Watson. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield right at the 48. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland, and to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. On the corner blitz that time, the sack goes to Denzel Ward. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by John Johnson. And this return is going to be halted right around.